A very big snowstorm is expected to hit the Northeast tomorrow with a lot of snow, potentially as much as over a foot to possibly even 2 feet for parts of the Northeast. As you can see, this is the NAM forecast as of the latest run out of 6 p.m. or the 18Z run. And you can see most of the Northeast is covered in orange, red, to red, and even a little bit of gray or beige right here. That is 18 to 20 inches. In New York City, right here, the 5 boroughs are in a range from 12 to 15 inches. I live right about here, so I might get 14 to 15 inches right about here. Around 14 inches for Queens. But the GFS, on the other hand, this is the 18Z run. This is the 5 p.m. run that just came out. And this is the same run as well of the GFS, same time. And look at this. Hardly anything. You see this dark green here? That is 6 inches. So 8-inch difference between the GFS and the NAM. The NAM is more short-term, the GFS is more long-term. Thing is, the GFS usually does better with the short-term forecast than the NAM, but recently it's been the NAM that's been more accurate. A lot of people, they say they trust the NAM, not really the GFS. I'm going to think New York City is going to get something in between. It's not going to get this, and it's not going to get this. You have to find an average. So I think New York City will get around between 8 and 12 inches of snow. New York City will get around 10 inches. And you still have the midnight run, or the 0Z, that has to come out, which will come out at around 10:40. It's because the daylight savings time happened. You rewind the clocks back 1 hour, so it's now going to be 10:40 instead of 11:40 to around midnight. Instead of being 11:40 p.m., like in the spring before the daylight savings time, now with fall back, you have it at 10:40 p.m. instead of 11:40 p.m. And the storm is probably going to track something like this. Probably have a secondary low form right about here, and it's going to throw back heavy snow. And with temperatures being in the upper teens, you're going to have a high snowfall water ratio. 10 inches of snow equals 1 inch of rain. This is not going to be the case. 1 inch of water will equal perhaps 15, 20 inches of snow. So you might have a 1:20 snowfall ratio, and that will lead to very high snowfall rates. Typically, you might get 1 to 2 inches per hour snowfall rates. Now you might get 2 to 3 inch per hour snowfall rates with the same type of intensity. It's just going to pile up much more quicker. If the storm blows up and starts throwing back a lot of moisture, some places in southern Connecticut, Rhode Island, Long Island, even New York City could get upwards of a foot or more, as the NAM suggested. The GFS is being kind of conservative, kind of on the low end of the spectrum, but the NAM is one of the more robust models. And actually the NAM, in terms of when forecasting snowstorms near term, does better with the snowstorms than the GFS. The GFS tends to not do as well when it forecasts near term, but the NAM does. It does better. So I'm thinking maybe a foot around the New York City area. Maybe up 15, 16 inches out on Long Island. But as I said, there's still the midnight run to come in, and I will update my forecast then. For now, I'm forecasting a foot for New York City, and as much as a foot and a half for southeastern Connecticut, Rhode Island, and the eastern tip of Long Island. Please stay safe, everyone, and remember that tomorrow is going to be a big day. We're going to have a lot of snow tomorrow, blizzard conditions tomorrow night into Friday morning. This is what you should really be concerned about, is the brutally cold air that's going to come in tomorrow morning, and especially Saturday morning. It's going to be brutally cold. Temperatures will be in the single digits. Wind chills tomorrow will be 10 to 15 degrees below zero at the height of the storm. Exposed flesh can freeze within 10 to 15 minutes. So if you have to be outside, you must bundle up. Wear layers upon layers of clothing. And if you don't have to go outside, please stay inside, especially Friday. Thank you so much and have a great day.